So through literature, journalism, and political activism, Nozul fought against foreign rule, communalism, fundamentalism, and exploitation. So inside the library, we kept a space for a monster, a stage, a small monster. So which will be used for select type of programs which is suitable with the library ambience. So Excellency, Dhaka Reporters Community is the largest association of reporters in Bangladesh with around 1900 members. It is a united platform of reporters working in different print, electronic and online media. Representatives of foreign media outlets in Bangladesh are also our members. Our activities include professional skills development, welfare of our members and their families. For example, during the difficult time of COVID-19 pandemic, Dhaka Reporters Community stood by the members with necessary support from providing masks to ensuring testing. And in this regard, I will also thank the High Commissioner for providing us with masks and sanitizer during that time. For members at the TheReport, we run a cafeteria that offers quality lunch every day at a subsidized rate. And members can also use our digital lab to prepare the reports for office. In fact, TheReport is considered the second home for many of us. So the present executive committee has decided to start a library because we didn't have any library, to be equipped with academic as well as reference books for journalists, newspapers, magazines, classics, history, literature, and many other varieties of books useful for reporters. So today it's a dream come true. So I must thank all of my colleagues at the executive committee for making this happen. So with that, now I will invite our IT and Training Secretary Kamal Musharraf, who will oversee the library on behalf of the executive committee this year. So Kamal, please come and make a brief statement welcoming the guests. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice General Secretary of TheReport, Honorable President, Excellency High Commissioner, it's a great day for us, for Dhaka Reporters Community. We did not have any library here at the TheReport. We wanted to build it, and within 4 months for our office we could do it. Thanks to the High Commissioner of India in Dhaka for this support. Thank you again, Excellency High Commissioner. Now I seek support for our honorable members to run the library in a proper way. Without your support, we will not be able to run this successfully. Thank you all.
So now I will request our President to present a memento to our respected guest, Excellency High Commissioner, and all the executive members of your please come to the stage to join the memento. আমাদের এসি কমিটি যারা আছেন একটু আসেন সবাই আসেন Can move the chairs out. সবার কি পাওয়া যায়? সবার পাওয়া যায় মোটামুটি সবার পাওয়া যায়। No, sir.
Thank you. After thank you. Back to last.
Yes, that's improved since then. Okay. Thank you.
Now I would like to request the President to start with the podium.
লাইভ চলছে
Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the faculty committee, Honorable High Commissioner of India, Mr. Vikram Kumar Dorai, whom I found as a Masud Rana of Bangladeshi series. When Mr. Dorai came to Dhaka, it was amid the COVID-19 pandemic. And the way he enjoyed Bangladesh from Tripura border and took the vehicle to come to Dhaka, it was like Masud Rana series. We have a book called Masud Rana. So since then, I consider him as a Masud Rana, of that counterintelligence man we found in Kazi Amar's book. I must thank you and I welcome you to the August gathering here. And today, we got the library with the support of the Indian High Commission. And it is good furnished by the but we are lacking books. Indian High Commissioner has ensured us that he will be providing us with a number of books which will be used as references both in Bangla and English. Why library is important? The library is important. Library is to me, the gateway to knowledge. And acquiring knowledge is very important to shape the society. And for a journalist, it is really very motivated to do his library work so that he can have his ideas sharpened and come up with a very good literary pieces or investigative journalism pieces without having your groundwork, library work. You cannot be a very good professional journalist or a professional writer. So, this library will help us build a good quality journalist, those who are using these premises, the Dhaka reporters in the premises. And it will also help us to be creative and making the society innovative. This center will definitely serve as a catalyst of knowledge, since we are living in a society which is called a knowledge society. So, with this library, I think this is the beginning of a new relationship with the Indian High Commission in Bangladesh, and as such, effect. So we basically think in a way that Bangladesh and India are as a very, very strong trade, and this trade relation will go up and up and up. So this is what I can see in the future. Over the last past decade, we saw the relation between Bangladesh and India has grown to a level that which was not thought in the mid-80s or early 90s. I must thank the Indian government for inviting many Bangladeshi journalists to their state programs. And me, as a alumni of Indian Institute of Mass Communication, I will request the Indian High Commission to have an agreement with the Dhaka reporters so that when the selection process for scholarship for the Indian Institute of Mass Communication begins, the Dhaka reporters unity includes in this list. And I will also request the High Commissioner to include Dhaka reporters unity representative to the young journalist projects so that they can visit India and advance their knowledge in journalism, and they can compare their works both across the border. So these are the few things I can request to the High Commissioner, and I think you will be announcing more than what we have by this time demanded. So thank you very much, my dear friends from the media and the members of the Dhaka Reporters Committee, and of course the friends from the Indian High Commission. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mr. Almost to after the target now. একটা নির্দিষ্ট জায়গায় অবস্থান করবেন প্লিজ। আর এনজিপি প্লিজ আপনার জায়গা নিতে হবে, আমাদের নিজেদের প্রোগ্রাম now the moment for which you all are waiting here, the speech of the chief guest. So now I would like to request our chief guest, Excellency High Commissioner, to make his remarks. We are also please join us for the
সম্মানিত নাজরুল ইসলাম রিপোর্ট ভাই, সম্মানিত অফিসার নজরুল ইসলাম, প্রিয় সাংবাদিক বোনেরা বা ভাইরা, আপনার সবাইকে নমস্কার বা সালাম জানাই। রমাদানের পবিত্র মাসের শুভেচ্ছা জানাই। আজকে এই অনুষ্ঠানটি sorry friends, my Bangla is that good that I need to concentrate when I speak Bangla. So, but I do want to thank you all for the opportunity to come here and to be part of your own effort to establish a library here in the Dhaka Reporters Unity building. I'm delighted that you chose to name it after Guru Qazi Nazrul Islam, a man who of course needs no introduction in Bangladesh, but to me will always be remembered for the many roles that he played in his life. Obviously he was a journalist with the Umketu journal that he produced. He served in war as a soldier also. He understood what human suffering was all about. He was the quintessential Vidrohi in his poetry, in his approach to society, in his recognition that what matters most is common humanity. And it does not matter how you pray, what you say, to who, how you dress, but what matters is how you are as a human being. So Qazi Nazrul Islam was a true humanist who believed in the eternal values that are taught to us by all religions, but we sometimes tend to forget these truths. So, naming it after Qazi Nazrul Islam holds great relevance for modern Bangladesh, and I'm so glad that Dhaka Reporters Unity has decided to do so. So thank you all for naming this after Qazi Nazrul Islam. Friends, our good friend Nazrul Islam Mitubhai just spoke about libraries and why they report. Let me make a couple of points here. Something that is important not merely for journalists but for all of us who work in any form of industry, shall we say. One is that opinion is something that we must all have. And indeed, in a culture that is so strong on argument, on debate, on adda, as Bangla people are, opinion is very widespread and very passionately held, which is a very good thing. But facts, friends, facts are sacred. Facts must always inform an argument. Facts must always inform our opinions. And journalists know this better than anybody else. Because anybody can give you an opinion, but only few people can give you facts. And so a library is a great place, because that's where you can find facts and you can find opinions. And then you can help the people of the country in understanding both facts and opinions. Second, every event and every development has a background. Something happened before that, and then something else happens as a result. Reporters, journalists, purveyors of information, we must know all of this to be able to understand an event. And this is again one of the great strengths that media has and must continue to develop. Both of these are virtues that you get in a library. A library is a place where you can understand the history, you can understand facts, and you can form opinions. And so, no better place to have a library than at something like the Dhaka Reporters Union. Because that means this is an opportunity for you to find and to give your members access to information. So I'm very pleased to confirm to you that, as Mitubhai just said, that we will send you a consignment of books in Bangla. Many of these are books that we bought right here. But quite frankly, we only have a few people who can read Bangla as fluently as they should. So we have enough copies of these books to be able to share. And so we will get to send you a consignment of at least 100 books right away to start your library up in a big scale. Both Bangla and English books. And by English books, I'm sorry. Thank you. By English books, I'm saying not just books about India, but books about international politics, energy, economics, whatever we have that we have been buying, we will share with you. Second, we would also think, since there's so much of our world today is on audiovisual media, if you wish, we'd be happy to offer you one smart television place here. I think then that way you can have access to breaking news. Your people can sit here while they're in the library. You can run news channels, and you can also ensure that your space is used properly. If you wish, you already have a multimedia room, but if you need more equipment for that, we're more than happy to support that too. So my colleagues will be in discussions with you, and if you need to have some of these things upgraded, by all means, please ask us. We will be honored to support you in this regard. Friends, this has been an important year for us. We have marked 50 years of India-Bangladesh bilateral relations in the 50th year of Bangladesh's liberation. Now, as I said, history and fact go together. So our history is tied up with certain inescapable facts. The War of Liberation is one of them. No matter what anybody may say, the War of Liberation was a fundamental event. It changed not only the physical map of South Asia, it also changed the political map of South Asia. So, understanding the liberation war and ensuring that subsequent generations of Bangladeshi citizens are connected with the values and the meaning of the liberation war and all its heroes, all its heroines, all the great people who contributed so much, from the four national leaders who took charge of forming the interim government on this very day, 51 years ago, to Bangabandhu himself, to the ordinary and sometimes under-celebrated men and women who did so much so that this country could be free. This aspect continues to need work, and so we are, because it is important for us to, not just for you, Indians also need to remember the Mukti Jodha, the contribution of the Bangladeshi people, and for us, the honor and privilege that it was to be your supporters and your partners in the liberation of Bangladesh. So for that, we are going to start work on doing focused visits of delegations of Mukti Jodhas with youth and journalists together to the bordering states of India, so that people can learn from the experiences of Mukti Jodhas or what exactly happened at the time. So it's not enough just to take the Mukti Jodhas there. We should take some youth, and we need mass media to help us, contextualize the event and take the narrative further forward. Now that COVID is finished, or at least hopefully is finished for now, we hope that in the year ahead we can organize more collaborative events in which we integrate media and friends in media with events that involve Mukti Jodhas from both sides, war veterans and Mukti Jodhas, that involve that facilitate greater appreciation and understanding of what is going on in the bilateral relationship, projects. We take you to project sites, we help you explain to the people of Bangladesh what exactly is happening in each of these projects. Because each of these need interpretation to the public, and as partners we will be happy to facilitate your visits to these places. Finally, scholarships. I think there is a lot that can be done to facilitate, as we were just talking just now, scholarships for both audiovisual and print journalists at Indian facilities, where a lot of our journalists are also trained. Why am I suggesting this? Well, quite frankly, because there is so much that we have in common culturally. It makes it easier for you to come there and to work with our own journalists in a manner that is, in an idiom that is familiar to you. In other words, everything will be familiar. The context, the language, the style of teaching, everything is similar. So it's easy for us to tailor-make programs for you, because we don't really have to think beyond what we understand ourselves. So we think much of this can be done as a means of building the relationship going forward. And if you have other suggestions, anything else that you think you would like us to do, our door is always open. We look forward to collaborating with you on events, on visits, on facilitation of your interviews and your media queries, whatever you need to do. We are, of course, as an embassy, we have to be accurate. So sometimes accuracy comes at the expense of speed. So if you ask me a question to answer in writing by tonight, I may not be able to do it by tonight because I have to check the facts. But we will respond to you, and we will ensure that whatever it is you ask of us, we will do our best to give you the most accurate, most honest answer possible. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let me wish you again on the holy month of Ramadan, let me wish you Ramadan Kareem, and let me also congratulate everybody on the establishment of this new library, and to assure you once again of our fullest partnership in continuing to build not just the media that is so important for any democracy, but also on a larger basis as your friends and neighbors, the Bangladesh of your founding fathers' dreams, the Shonar Bangla of tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. With that, thank you.